What's up, guys? Day 6, and I'm learning Wanted Dead or Alive, the Bon Jovi song. So this is going to be an interesting one. It's mainly about the riff. I think the original song was done on a 12-string guitar, so this is going to be a real simplified version of it. I've just watched the intro to this song, and he's talking about bar chords. So this is lesson 6, and he's already into bar chords. So this is interesting. If you were an absolute beginner, I think you'd be struggling. You probably would have been stuck on the first 3 lessons for about 4 to 5 weeks, I'd imagine. But hey, it's all worth knowing, and it's kind of cool to experiment in the early stages. So that would be good. I'm going to try and get my fingers around this. Like I said before, I'm trying to learn one song a day in this 30-song challenge, and I'm giving myself an hour each day. So let's get into it. Let's see how it goes. And the first thing I'm going to try and crack is the riff. So I kind of learned part of the riff, and I've been trying to learn some of the chords. They're not too bad. The shapes are quite easy. There is a bar chord in there, so I'm always going to slow down when it comes to that. There's one thing I can't get over though, and that's there's this guy. I think his name's Jono. He's the one that sings the song. So Keith sort of teaches you most of the way through, and he says, "Right, I'm going to hand you over to the guys now, and you can play along with them, and then you can play with the band." But this one guy cracks me up. I'm going to try and get some footage from here, including he's like really overacting. I don't know if he's on purpose or what, but it makes me laugh anyway. I'm a cowboy on a steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Real emotion. I think he's just taking the piss, really, but makes me laugh anyway. Dead or alive. Rock and roll, guys. Kind of the riff that I'd learned. This is obviously a simplified version of Wanted Dead or Alive, because I think they play it on a 12 string as well, and the riff goes all up and down the neck, but this is just the one they put in here. Eventually, I got that. And then the chords are fairly simple, because you've got like a D, I think, for 2, C, but with the D, there's a couple of moves on it. We got the sus4, the sus, and the sus2. So it's like something along those lines. Anyway, so I'm trying to put it together now. I'm getting close to the end of the hour. An hour is definitely not enough time to try and listen to go through the song on the video and then try and get to grips with it. No way am I ever going to actually learn one song in its entirety like this. But you know what? Rock and roll, guys. And just picking up little bits and pieces is all good by me, because a lot of this stuff is content that I would have covered in the Justin Guitar beginner course, and all these bits that I'm kind of going over again, or he's talking about ways to play them, just add nuances and add thoughts about how to play. And as I said before, playing with the band is probably the best bit that has made me think I need to play a lot more with the backing track to get my timing right, because I have been starting to play more with the metronome, but I think a backing track makes it a lot more interesting. And I've actually just ordered an amp, and I'll tell you about that more when I get it, because I think eventually at some point, who knows when, I'll get an electric guitar to go with that amp. Rock and roll, guys. And then start testing it out. But that amp I think is available in pre-order, but I'll talk about that another time. But it does have like a backing track capability with it, which would be pretty cool, so I look forward to that. Anyway, let's see if I can kind of play a bit along with the band now. I think I'm going to fluff it up, because I've tried a couple of times already and it hasn't gone quite as I hoped, but let's give it a crack. Right, this is about as good as it gets. I've yeah, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but I know it's not in time with the band. That's all I know, so I'm going to just play what I can right now. And if it falls out of timing, I'm not even going to worry about it.
Rock and roll, guys.
Yeah, completely lost it. Try again without the band. Let's do what I'm supposed to do. I know there's 4 riffs as part of the intro, and then it goes into the song. So let's just try and do it myself without the band at the moment. And that's about as good as it gets. That actually sounds, I guess when the band's not there and I'm not trying to keep up with the tempo, it's like slightly less pressured. But if I was going to attack this properly, rather than just trying to squeeze it into an hour, I'd just be breaking those down, those sections, and playing along with that background until I got each section perfect. And that's what has really opened my eyes doing this course so far, is that when it comes to it, I'm going to, definitely the way to learn a song, and will help in the future. Anyway, that's it for day 6 I'm on now, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.
Rock and roll, guys.